How did all these groups turn out to vote?
That's exactly right, John. I mean, nearly every poll predicts record low turnout in congressional and local races across the country tonight. And of all registered adults, fewer than half are expected to actually participate in tonight's midterm elections. Let's look at what effect that has on the country. First of all, turnout in the United States is always awful. There are more than 239 million people eligible to vote. Roughly 145 million chose not to during 2010's midterm elections. That means that more than 58% of eligible voters simply didn't vote. So who did vote? Well, in 2010, only 90,600,000 eligible voters showed up to be heard. That number doesn't mean much on its own. So let me describe it another way. Bear with me here. It's a little weird. When only 90 million Americans vote, it's like another country has suddenly formed within our own, a country 1/3 as large as the United States. And I'm not just talking about a matter of size here. In this smaller country, the politics are different. Because when I say another country, I'm serious. It really is like another country. For one thing, it's a whiter country. It's also made up of richer, older people, and they decide the fate of a more diverse, poorer group who do not vote. Our country would, in fact, be very different if everyone who could cast a ballot did so. Groups like the Pew Research Center have, in fact, studied this. They found that, for one thing, the Democratic Party would enjoy much more support. More than half of all non-voters identify or lean toward Democrats. Compare that to those who lean Republican, just 27% of non-voters. This is why Democrats have so much more to gain by getting new voters to the polls. Compare only 21 million people who lean Republican and don't vote to the 40 million or more non-voting Americans, nearly twice as much, who lean Democratic. There are simply far more potential Democrats in the United States than there are potential Republicans. Eligible voters did vote. The make-or-break political issues also could be vastly different. Let's consider income for a moment. 32% of Americans make less than $30,000 a year. And that group makes up more than half of people who do not vote. That's more than 35 million people hovering just above the poverty line and not being heard tonight. Now, imagine, John, the impact if they did vote. As it is, issues that most directly affect the poor, minimum wage, equal pay, Social Security, health care, those things are being decided by those who are far less affected by these issues, John.
Yeah, those are fascinating numbers, Jake. Thank you very much.